Hi everybody, Penny here. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we are going to do something that I saw on YouTube, had to try it, and it was delicious. And it's bean cakes. I know, I said bean cakes. It's so cool. My dad, if he was still with us, would have loved these, especially out camping and, you know, making a big breakfast and all that kind of stuff. So all you need is a can of beans and some flour, a pan with some oil. That's it, beans and flour. And you can make at least 4 very large, but 6 bean cakes, which is so cool. You can use tomato and beans or molasses beans, or just plain ordinary everyday navy beans that you've cooked like with a ham bone or something like that. Totally up to you. Today we're using beans in tomato sauce, which I put in the bowl, and liquid and all. Don't strain them, don't drain them, don't rinse them. You need the liquid. So we're just going to mash them a little bit. And if you like the texture of beans, you don't even have to mash them. And I'm not going to mash them all up. I'm just mashing them a little bit. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, so we'll take that off. Put that in the sink. Now we have our beans. Then you just start adding flour. Excuse me. We're going to heat our pan. You want it fairly hot. And if you're using a stainless steel pan, you want to make sure that you don't put your oil or anything in first. If you put your oil in first in a stainless steel pan, they're going to stick, okay? But when you're frying in a stainless steel pan, not a non-stick pan or cast iron or anything like that, stainless steel, heat your pan first and then put the oil in just before you're ready to cook. So I'm going to add about 3 large heaping kitchen tablespoons, and I'm going to say that's approximately a half a cup of flour, maybe a little less. And you really just eyeball this because it depends on how much liquid is in your beans. And then you just mix it up until it's a consistency that they're going to stay together and not run apart like beans normally would. I think we're going to need one more good heaping teaspoon. And mix her up again. These, of course, you don't need any pepper or salt or flavoring because they've already got their own flavor. Now, you could add a little bit of Worcester or pepper, or even Tabasco if you wanted to, but you certainly don't have to because they're already nice and flavored. Now, see that? They're not going anywhere. They're going to drop off my spoon, but they're not going to run in the pan. And that's what you're looking for. Okie dokie. Going to need that second spoon in a minute. So now my pan is nice and hot. I'm just going to use vegetable oil, not olive oil, because olive oil will not handle the heat. And we're going to press it down a little bit. So 1 heaping teaspoon makes approximately 1 bean cake. It's so cool. Now, when I was watching this on YouTube, they actually made bean cake sandwiches. So they did the bean cake with ordinary everyday boiled navy beans with a ham bone or a ham hock, and then they had nice fresh homemade bread, sliced onion, a little bit of mayonnaise, and they made a sandwich out of the bean cake, a bean cake sandwich. So cool. Now, if my dad was here, I can guarantee you, we're going to have bacon and eggs with our bean cakes and toast. If my dad was here, he would make a sandwich. He would make the bean cake with these and lots of bacon, lots of mayonnaise. He loved Miracle Whip, and that would be his breakfast, lunch, or supper. Guaranteed, because he loved it. So, and this is it. So easy, so simple. You just wait till it crisps up. It's kind of like a bean hash brown combination, because you got your beans in the middle, nice and soft, and then you got the outsides are crunchy. They're going to be crunchy. So cool. All right. That one did stick a little, but that's okay. And for some reason, well, my machine is turned off. Let's turn it back on. There we go. All good. Now, this one looks like it's browning around the edges. If you do have a non-stick pan, it will probably work better. I can't use a non-stick pan on this machine because it's magnetic field operated and it has to be stainless steel. This is the only pan in the house that this works with in terms of a frying pan. I have lots of pots, but this is the only frying pan. So, I obviously did not put quite enough oil in there. But you see how they're nice and brown? Can you see that? See? Nice and brown. So cool. Crunchy, crunchy. Yay! So I'm going to put it on a plate with a rack and put them in the toaster oven to keep them warm, and they'll stay nice and crispy. And that's it. Bean cakes. It's so cool. So very cool. I'm going to put another little bit of oil in there. I'm not really sure why my burner keeps cutting out. Oh, because I keep moving the pan. Sorry. If it loses contact with the pan, it gets an error message. Now I understand. Now I got it. It's all good. So once these are fried up, we'll be right back. Oops. Back again. Here's the bean cakes. They're all ready, but they're too hot to eat just yet. But they're nice and crunchy on the outside. They'll be soft in the middle. And if you like beans, you will really, really enjoy these. Especially if you're up in Butterpot Park, outside St. John's, camping, and you get up and you have a cast iron frying pan with bacon and eggs and beans. But bean cakes instead. I hope you give it a go. Here's to you, Dad. Bye. Enjoy.